I call to order a regular council meeting on this Monday, December 9th, 2024 at 5:30 p.m. I will stand for pledge to our flag, and Councilor Faber, would you lead us,
I
please?
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and justice for all.
We'll get a roll call, please.
Counselor Proctor,
Here.
Counselor Miller,
Here.
Counselor Beaver,
Here.
Counselor Lacewell. Here. Mayor, you have a quorum.
First item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. I would request a motion to approve the agenda.
I'll make that motion to approve the agenda.
I'll second
Counselor Lacewell. Aye. Counselor Beaver,
it. Aye.
Counselor Proctor,
Aye.
Counselor Miller.
Aye.
Motion carried.
I would request a motion to approve the consent agenda.
I'll make that motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Counselor Proctor,
Aye.
Counselor Miller,
Aye.
Counselor Lacewell. Aye. Counselor Beaver.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Next on the agenda is public comments. Do we have anyone that wants to make comments? Yes, sir. Robert.
Hey, who I am, I'm Brian Roberts. I live in Casa Creek at 121 La Cañada, resident of the Downs for the last 20 years. My comment, I know this is not something we're dealing with today, but our concern, and I think a lot of the public's concern, has to do with the project, which is going back forward again, the Escondido Hills 7-acre project over in Agua Fria. So the things that I would like to comment on just briefly, I'll keep it quick. 20 years ago, as Mr. Proctor, Councilor Proctor is aware, there was organic fill placed. I would like to remind the city of the poor result of Avalon, where we lost a building because of inadequate compaction of fill. Fill settled. A building had to be, which was a shame because that was a beautiful development. It still is. But the idea that someone would come in and spend that kind of money on 3 buildings and have one of them fail so much that they had to tear it down was a shame. And that's a shame on them. It's not a shame on the city. The civil engineers are there for a reason, and a commercial project like that has oversight by professionals. So with that said, we have organic fill, and at least in the center section of that 7-acre lot. As Mr. Proctor, Councilor Proctor is aware, large trees were pressed into the ground and filled. And there is a potential for settlement in the future if we build on top of that. So not sure how they would manage that. There are a few different approaches, but I'm not the engineer. The second concern in that area, and I would like to stop for a moment and say that I am fully in favor of this development. I think the best thing for our community is to get a quality development and not leave it up to chance where somebody would come back in and try to go for 52 units of Section 8 housing. I think the idea of individually owned places is a great idea. So that said, I'm not against this project. However, the sanitary system needs to be reevaluated, which they have started to do without a permit. There is digging going on right now on that lot, and I'm sure it's investigation of because they're digging up the sanitary stubs, and I'm sure that's their idea. The next section that I'm concerned about is the water system, because the water lines were laid directly beneath the sanitary lines. One rests on top of the other at 90 degrees. So that is a concern, because even though you think a pressurized pipe can only leak outward, the reality is that the flow of water going outward can induce a countercurrent, which can contaminate the water going to those spots. So traditionally, there is always 1 foot of separation vertically and horizontally between any septic line and any water line. And that is the standard, I believe, that New Mexico follows. Next item is stabilizing the slopes. We have 15-foot high slopes that were cut and never stabilized. I'm hoping that with this new project, in the wake of a finished development, we would have stabilized slopes, because right now, those slopes, although it doesn't affect my property, my next door neighbor and the one further down, there is a large gully that is occurring and just about to come out from underneath the fence. There is a lot of erosion going on right there. Next item is the EPA general permit. New Mexico is not allowed to run their stormwater permits independently, so they have to go to the EPA for a general permit. A general permit would require a plan to prevent silt from running into our river. 1 acre of construction disturbed soil is equivalent to 1,000 acres of grass. And so there is a significant amount. Now, this river just got a big trauma from our floods and the burn scar. That doesn't mean that we should ignore, the EPA says anything over an acre. It used to be back in my day when I was running, it was 5 acres. Now it's 1 acre. Anything over an acre requires a permit, requires silt fence, measures to control runoff. So I would hope that, not like the last time where the guy was allowed to basically do what he wanted, we would expect them to obey the law and have a general permit, and associated with that, a plan to control erosion. With that said, I'll close it up because I know this is not something we're talking about today, but I would like to throw it out there and say that we would like to have this project. I am in favor of this project. I just would like to see this project done correctly. And I think we have the ability, especially the council has the ability to set the expectation. I incorrectly started to bring this up at the last zoning meeting, but that really isn't within the purview of zoning. Zoning doesn't deal with any of this stuff, but it was on my mind and I started spewing it out. And Luther quite correctly swatted me back down and said, let's stay on topic. So this is the forum. I just would hope that we would educate ourselves and expect a professional project. I believe that Tanner Irons and his outfit is more than able to do that, but I don't think that they are going to do it without being reminded that it is the law. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Other comments from the public? Thank you for the information.
Yes. I'm just up the corner anytime you need me.
Beth Miller, resident of Ruidoso Downs. I just wanted to thank the Public Works for finishing our project up on East and West Circle. They did a fantastic job and it was hard for them. It was hard for us. I think I saw you up there and a lot of the employees. And I just want to put a good word in for them. And beyond the words, I hope that they get a raise. They do an incredible amount of work with what they've got. And I just want to thank, in any department, these guys run our village. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Miller. Any other comments? Public? Okay, that takes us to the next item on the agenda, which is councilors' comments. Councilor Proctor.
Yep, I got a statement here I'd like to read, that was sent to me. And it's regarding the flooding of Ruidoso Downs, Spaghetti Flats. It's to whom it may concern. My name is William Whitfield and I reside at 108 North Lane, Ruidoso Downs, New Mexico. Approximately the first week of August and about 1 week after the last 4 flash floods, excuse me, that flooded Spaghetti Flats, I was concerned about our city. Government was planning to do about what they were going to do about the flood areas in the river. The floods had damaged many of my neighbors' homes and property, and I went to the Ruidoso City Hall and asked to see the mayor, Dean Holt, but was told he was out of the office. Left a message with the lady to put on the desk and have the mayor call me, and about 1 hour later he called. I introduced myself and explained the reason for my wanting to visit to Mayor Holman. By the time most of the federal governments agencies assisting with the fire and the flood emergencies had located their offices in the museum, which is across the street from City Hall and Highway 70. I asked the mayor if he was in contact with federal agencies and if he was working with them on recovery, remediation, or mitigation plan for the river and the flooded streets, homes, and yards of our residents in Spaghetti Flats. Mayor Holman replied, no, he was not, because he was the last year of his term as mayor and he was not required to work on these matters. I asked Mayor Holman if the city council was working on this problem, and he said he didn't know what they were doing. I asked the mayor, is anyone in the city of Red Oaks Downs working on any of the issues? And Mayor Holman said, yes, the Public Works Director, Joe Jarvis, is in communication with federal agencies. I should contact Mr. Jarvis. It seems that Mayor Dean Holman was very reluctant in fulfilling his duties as an elected official for the city of Red Oaks Downs. Well, as he stated, he still had time on our phone conversation, over a year left on his term. This document is official documents, certified, and I don't need any comments from you. You're not a citizen of this community, okay? Don't make monkey signs out there. I, Terrence L. Proctor, duly elected official by the citizens of Red Oaks Downs, New Mexico, do give a vote of no confidence to Dean Holman to continue to be the mayor of this community, and for the benefit and safety of the community and the citizens, I would ask that he step down immediately. If not immediately, then it'd be later. I rest.
I'll reply to that. I'll be glad to come up with I don't have to come up with it. I attended a lot of meetings concerning this subject. One of them with our state representative. I've talked to Public Works. And just to let you know, counselors, this Mr. Whitfield, we just got people telling us how good our Public Works is. This guy's just trouble. And I'm surprised one of our counselors would listen to lies like that without any proof. So I guess that's about all I got to say. He does not tell the truth. He has given the city a lot of trouble in the past. Public Works, they don't want to deal with him at all because he's nothing but trouble. Counselors, any more?
I'd like to rebuttal on what you just said there, Mayor. It's funny that you said that he's a troublemaker and a liar and stuff. That conversation was on a speakerphone and was two other witnesses to what you just said right here, what I read in this letter. So I'll let it rest at that and let the public be the judge of what happens or doesn't happen. Whether we get someone set in here before 26, fine. We have 1 year left. Sooner or later, we're going to have a new mayor that'll do the job he's supposed to be doing here.
And I might say, Councilor Proctor really wants that position. He's been going around bad mouthing for a long time now.
And you're a liar.
That doesn't get you elected.
No, it doesn't. I said, I'd like to
You've
be
been saying
mayor.
you already have the votes.
No,
At any rate, you're not mayor yet.
no, I'm
You've
not.
been acting like it.
No, I
Give
haven't.
the employees.
You are a damn liar, Dean.
No, sir.
Yes, you are.
No. You're not gonna have, I know you want the job real bad.
Don't sit up there and tell me what I want and don't want. You don't know. Just get on with it.
Anyway, counselors, I'm just telling you, if you want a list of the meetings that I went to with officials, including Harlan Vincent, I can give that to you. While I was talking to people that could make a difference, he was talking to the few people in the community that do nothing but cause trouble. And he likes to talk to these people. Anyway.
No, you know what it
Anybody
is? You
else?
call people, you tell people that disagree with you.
Anybody
They're
else?
haters. The only hater sitting here, right there.
Counselors, counselor.
Mayor, I would like to take you up on that list because I attended almost every elected officials meeting during that time of the emergency management meeting, and I never saw you except at the dinner, the Harlan Vincent.
Harlan Vincent.
Right. I was at that dinner where you did show up at that. That's the only
Let's
time I
see,
saw
the
you.
governor, who was at the meeting that I went to with the governor? Keith, you were there, so that's two already, right
Okay.
there, which makes your information inaccurate already.
Wait, no,
Mr. Mayor? Mr. Mayor?
Yes, yes,
This item's not on the agenda. This is just for comments.
that's correct. That's correct.
Clerk, I would like, he offered that list to us when you have an opportunity.
Okay, so you've already got two of them.
Dean, I went through a dozen of them and I never saw you. That's not on the list. That's okay.
All right, you said you did see me at the Harlan Vincent.
Saw you when it's EDS and I saw you on the TV when you tried to tell us.
But you didn't see me, when the governor was here.
I didn't see you when I was on. I talked to the governor face to face.
Mr. Mayor? Can we move on?
We've got somebody that said they saw me there, and I can verify that very easy. Counselor Miller, go ahead.
Well, first of all, the Beautification and Parks Committee is going to have a Christmas party for the children on the 14th at the senior center. And I told her just a while ago to try to put it on the kiosk for us. It'll be noon the 14th on Saturday till 3 o'clock. We'll be serving pizza for the kids. Santa will be there. Thanks to our Easter Bunny. He said he'd be our Santa.
Oh, you got an Easter?
Yeah, I do. And we'll have fun games and crafts and a lot of little prizes for the kids too. So if you have any kids in your family or know anybody that does, please bring them to the senior center Saturday, the 14th to have lunch with Santa.
Thank you, Counselor. There are several things that you have done that's been good for this community, and here's another one, another example, and we do appreciate it.
We try to do all the events and make them all about our community and our residents, and they're always all welcome. If you believe in Santa, I don't care how old you are, come over.
Even if you don't believe in Santa, come for the
Yeah.
game.
And I just want, don't take offense, anybody, but I've been here a long time. And I don't know how it happened, but I think the city council got blamed for it. The Christmas party was usually at night, our awards banquet for our residents, not our residents, our employees, I'm sorry. Our employees are the most important people in this city. And we love them, we couldn't do without them. And like Beth just said, our circle drives up there look wonderful. I think they need more respect. Our Christmas party was nothing for them. They couldn't bring their family, they couldn't bring their wife, they couldn't bring their kids. We couldn't celebrate awards because they were given ahead of time. That's not how it used to be. That was something that was for our employees. And I don't want the blame for not having that party. I heard the council cut the budget. I don't want the blame because we didn't even decide about that. I never heard about it until that was out. And they were not allowed to bring their spouses or their kids. And that's why it wasn't a success. So I think we need to rethink this. Okay?
Certainly.
And I think we need to be involved in what's going on. All we got to do is communicate and there will be no problems.
The same employee that has been in charge of that for years is still in charge. Yes, sir.
I would like to, forgive me for butting back in, but All-American Park has never looked better.
Oh, yes.
That is a giant feather in the cap of not only
Yes.
Public Works, all of the employees. That was quite the coup to get $1 million worth of improvement with no matching funds.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is if you see Mr. Jarvis, give him a big old hug. That place has never looked better.
It's great.
$5,000 raise.
There,
There you go.
that department has done an
Really
outstanding job.
amazing.
Yeah,
The scope of that work, for it not to cost us anything except his time and their time, was astounding. I walk every day and I am astounded at what it looks like. It is of quality it's world class.
It's beautiful.
And I'll tell you, it's a giant facility. Think of the kids that aren't in trouble because they're at the skateboard park.
Yeah,
Think of all of the different activities, the games that go on, the playgrounds. That place looks wonderful, and I take my hat off to them.
Thank you for that compliment. At the safety awards, when was that, Judy, last night or night before, anyway?
it was at lunch.
Yeah, I stopped and visited with the Public Works. They were all sitting together as I was leaving. And I said, I just wanted to stop and compliment them, just like you're doing right now. And one of the guys said, well, Mayor, we make it happen. And I said, you need to put that over your door down at Public Works. We make it happen. And they all laughed and thought that was great. Counselor.
Just something to add to it. Keep in touch about the park, because we've got more plans, the beautification committee with the Parks Committee all together. Joey is asking for more things. We'll find out in February if we get it all, but just keep in touch about it because it's gonna be even better. Yeah. Thank you.
Well, so we've had a lot of good comments, and rightly so, about the Public Works. Beth Miller made her comments, and that was Public Works that was doing their job. Any other comments, councilors? Nope. Okay, that takes us to a new business. There is no public hearing, so just mark it out. Under new business, item A is personnel recommendation to hire Tristan Lockhortson Bloomquist as the Assistant Fire Chief for the fire department. Heath Keck, our fire department, would you enlighten the councilors?
Yes, Mayor, council members. I would like for you guys to approve it. He's a good hand. He's been with the department since he was 17. I got him involved with firefighting. And he's been with us except for a short little bit of time when he left with the BIA. But as soon as he came back and asked me if he can have a place back on the department. And I said, sure. And I really hope you guys will approve him. He'll be a good asset for this community and this city.
Yes, sir, Council Proctor.
What, he holds an officer's rank in the fire department, doesn't he?
Right now, yes, he's holding the captain
He's
position.
captain position, right?
Yeah.
He has quite a few qualifications too, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He has wildfire land fighting, one, I think, doesn't he?
Yep.
I've talked to Tristan.
And his fire 1, fire 2. And he's also an EMTI. Intermediate.
I think he'd make a good asset to our fire department. I really do.
I really do think so too.
I'll make a motion to approve him.
I'll second that.
Have a motion and a second.
Counselor Proctor,
Aye.
Counselor Latham,
Hi.
Counselor Faber.
Aye.
Counselor Miller.
Yes.
Motion
Thank
carries.
you, guys.
We are adjourned.